Hello and welcome to Alex Cooks, the #1 cooking show of YouTube. Now, what shall we be cooking today? Well, as a matter of fact, we shall be cooking some strawberry tart. Well, strawberry tarts, well, never tried a strawberry tart before, but I've heard they're quite deliciously decadent indeed. Now, without any further beating around the bush, let us now go to the ingredients, aka the very building blocks of what we need to make this wonderful mixture. Now, especially for this particular dish, we shall be needing a 23 centimeter loose bottom tart tin. And also some baking beans. I do like a few baking beans. It's like, I wonder if they used to bake baked beans. How the baking beans used to make baked beans. Let's try saying that 50 times fast. Anyway, now for the actual ingredients, you shall be needing 150 grams of plain flour plus extra for dusting. 100 grams of unsalted butter, chilled and cut into cubes. 50 grams of caster sugar. 1 egg yolk. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. 6 tablespoons of red currant jelly for glazing. 300 grams of strawberries, thickly sliced. And now for something called the crème patisserie. Oui, well, Francois. Anyway, you shall be needing 100 grams of caster sugar, 50 grams of corn flour, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 400 milliliters of whole milk. Now that is what we shall be needing for today's dish. I'll see you during the cooking process. Right, so you can see that the flour has been added into the bowl. And the first order of business is to add in the butter. I'm going to rub it together until it resembles breadcrumbs. Now, as you can see, it now looks like crumbs, our breadcrumb mixture. We shall now add in the sugar as such. Just going to dust it off a little bit extra. Okay, all good. Now let us stir in the sugar into the crumbs. Okay, so we are going to now add in our half teaspoon of vanilla extract to the egg yolk. I was just about to say that part. Anyway, so now I'm going to beat this mixture together now. Okay, so now we are going to pour in the egg vanilla extract mixture into the crumb bowl, as I like to call it. Oh, here's a little thing to scoop a little extra in. I do like a bit extra. There we go. Now we're just going to go stir this bad boy together until it forms a nice smooth dough. You can now see that our dough is now coming together. I mean, it hasn't formed a smooth uniform dough yet, but you can see the crumbs are starting to conglomerate into larger and larger crumbs, which will then conglomerate into a massive whole. Represents civilization, I think. Okay, you can see that the dough has now formed a smooth ball. We shall now apply it onto this here cling film, where it shall then be placed into the oven. I mean, not in the oven, in the fridge for the next 30 minutes. My bad, just a little bit of a slip. Yeah, just gonna let it chill. No Netflix though. Okay, so the dough has now been into the fridge for about past half an hour. And now we shall roll it out on the flour surface until it is 3 centimeters thick. So is it 3 millimeters?
3 millimeters.
That's what I meant to say. Right, because like it was so warm in this kitchen, the pastry kept falling apart from the heat in here. So what we've had to do is just had to lump it, do the best we could, improvise, and just lump this into the pie tin as best as we could. And we're just gonna hope for the best, really. But I mean, if your temperatures are ideal, do try and follow the previous instruction to the best of your ability. Right, so now for the blind baking of the pastry, we shall prick this over and over with the fork, and then once that stage is done, we shall roll out the baking parchment like so, and place it atop the pastry like so. Ooh, nearly dropped the baking beans. And now, speaking of the baking beans, roll them on, spread them all over. There we go. Like the rise of humanity, they scatter across the entire area. Beautiful. There we go, just gonna spread this around a bit more. Now that is wonderful. Now we shall stick this into the oven for 20 minutes. And before we shall remove the beans and then bake it for 5 minutes more. But right now, we're going to stick this into the oven and bake it for 20 minutes. Okay, so now we have started with the creme patisserie. The very important filling part of our strawberry tart. Now, so we can hear that our milk is currently, right now, on the boil, ready for the rest of the mixture to join it. Which we shall now do. So, we have our sugar. We also have our corn flour. Into the pan you go, Sonny John. Okay. All good. Now, gonna add in our 3 eggs. Well, two eggs with a little bit leaking outside. 2 eggs. Wunderbar. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just gonna be a second. 1 teaspoon. There we go. Oh, what? You're gonna stick that in there. Sorry, I was just confused because the prompting of the behind the scenes. I'm just gonna go whisk this all together now. Ready for fusing with the milk. Okay, so you can see that the milk is just about bubbling at the edges. That is actually what we want. We don't bring it to the boil. You just bring it to right up to the boil, but don't actually boil it. So anyway, we're going to, in a second, add in the milk. There we go, just a nice little bit, gently, a bit at the time, until the creme patisserie is complete. Oh yeah, we're just going to whisk it in all the time, of course. Oh, steam getting everywhere. So remember, whisk it all the time whilst you're stirring this. So now we turn the creme patisserie to the pan, where we shall bring it to the boil. And whisk it constantly. Okay. As you can see, the creme patisserie is now thickening. We shall now, over a lower heat, stir it nice and gently for the next 2 to 3 minutes.
I'm whisking it.
So I've been whisking this creme patisserie for the past 2 to 3 minutes, relatively gently. We shall now add this to the bowl and cover it with cling film that is in actual contact with the creme patisserie. We shall leave it to cool completely. Alright, so as you can see, we've now covered the cling film, and it is actually touching the creme patisserie, the cling film. Now, why this has to happen is that it actually prevents the creme patisserie from forming a skin. Now, we shall leave it to cool entirely, and then we shall proceed to the next step. Okay, so we've actually got the the tart crust out of the oven. You can see the baking beans are in a bowl for later removal to the jar. Now I'm peeling off the baking lid, and I have to say, well, it survived, which was a miracle. I mean, it's not Christmas, but it's still a miracle. So now what we're going to do is going to stick this crust back into the oven for further 5 minutes. Okay, so now you can see we've melted the red currant jelly in the microwave with a teaspoon of water. We are now taking this and applying it one brush at a time onto the pastry, to the dish. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep covering it and then tap, brush. I'm gonna keep doing this until we're all out of jelly. Well, okay, not until we're out of jelly, until the bottom is covered. Okay, the creme patisserie is now cool and chilled out, and and we've also been whisked as well. So our next step is to add this to the pastry. Sorry, just spin it out one at a time. There we go. There. Try and spread this out as evenly as one can do. There we go. Okay, so now we are going to spread it nice and equally over the pastry tin with the spreader, well, the spatula, or spreader, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so now what we are going to do is we're now going to decorate on top with the sliced strawberries from earlier. Okay, so we are nearly completely finished with the tart. I mean the decoration of the tart. We shall then cover the top of it with the is it the cranberry filling? The black currant, no, the red currant jelly. We got confused a bit there. Once this is done, we shall now take it to the dining room for a taste test. Okay, now we're just brushing the red currant jelly over the top of the tart, and that will be our last step before we serve it up for food. Alright, so although we did think it would be a bit of a disaster with the problems with the pastry, it's actually emerged from its tin relatively okay. However, that doesn't really tell what it'll be like when we actually cut the pastry. So, let's just try and get it out and hope for the best. Okay, now we have a bit of our strawberry tart here, a nice slice of it, ready for consumption by human mouths. Let's just slice this. There's a bit of strawberry there as well. Down the hatch, as I always say. Yeah, I love it. The creme patisserie is perfectly smooth and sweet, perfect for the purposes of this here tart. The strawberries are, well, you know, strawberries, they're just bitter and stuff. And the crust is, well, what would you expect from a crust? Nice and crunchy, nice and crispy. Love it. So yeah, another successful endeavour from the kitchen of Alex Wood. Now if you like this video, do be sure to like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this on your Facebook and Twitter. And also follow my social media on Instagram, Facebook and my blog. I shall see y'all in the next video.